Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a discussion that I want to sort of pose to you and have a little chat about and see what you think. And it's something that sort of came up a couple of weeks ago when we finally got around to playing this guy, The End of the World, the zombie apocalypse role-playing game. I know Wrath of the Gods has just come out and that's like the cool new hotness, but we played End of the World Zombie Apocalypse and it was an amazing experience. It was a really good fun, very simple, very straightforward role-playing game system. Maybe focused a little bit too heavily on the one statistic, dexterity. I mean, I think we rolled like once or twice on some of the others, but everything was like dexterity rolls. Besides the point. Okay, I'm going to get this out of the way because it's just going to be distracting. So what I wanted to talk to you about is there's something that's very interesting about this game. Okay, and what happens is it happens during character creation. Now, character creation in this game, and if you want to hear the whole explanation about it, you can watch my other video, which is linked down below. But character creation in this game is interesting in that you generate your ideal set of stats, or your set of stats that you believe to be true. Now remember, in End of the World, you're actually playing yourself. So you basically make yourself. Then what happens, and this is what I want to talk to you about today, is you get the other players around the table to vote on whether they think that you've been fair, if you've given yourself an appropriate statistic, or if they think you're being too modest and you've given yourself too low a statistic, or if you think that you're being a little bit too, how can I say this delicately? You're basically rating yourself a little highly. Okay, so that is a vote that happens, okay? And it's anonymous, but I mean, it's fairly easy to figure out who's doing the voting when maybe you're sitting with 3 players and 1 game master who doesn't get to vote. So what ended up happening is it was me, my girlfriend, and another couple who were playing. I was GMing and they were playing. And the other lady at the table, not my girlfriend, our friend, she made her character, and she was a little bit maybe on the modest side when it came to her how fit her character was and her appearance and those sorts of things. And what ended up happening is we voted, or the other players voted, and they said, okay, my girlfriend voted that, okay, you're being a little bit too modest. But her boyfriend voted, no, I think that's fine. And what it led to was a very awkward situation around the table where it was, whoa, you know, like she made herself this character that maybe was a little bit below the line of what she was in real life, and he voted and said that it was absolutely fine. Now, I understand that this is an abstract concept, rating yourself on a scale of 1 to 5 and a bunch of different statistics. But isn't voting on your friends' personalities and saying whether you think that they're being too boastful or too modest, isn't that like a potentially implicitly mean mechanic? And what I mean by that is like it can only ever lead to like a handful of situations. Either, okay, I think that you are a 2 and I say that you've been appropriate, and in which case that's fine. Nothing really happens. Or you can say, are you being too modest? In which, thank you so much, you're being too kind. Or alternatively, they could vote and say, are you being too proud? And how does that benefit the game and the gameplay in any way? I mean, it's just implicitly going to make someone feel shitty. And it's an amazing idea in paper, and I can see why they put it there. Oh, everyone's involved in the character creation. But basically, the whole point of that thing is either to knock someone's points up when they're being too modest, or to knock them down when they're being too boastful. And one of those is like a really good feeling, and the other one is actually a really bad feeling. And it kind of tainted the first part of our game. And it's not because of our friends, it's because of the fact that there is no real other potential outcome for that situation. So the mechanic itself is implicitly mean and nasty, and it can only end in sort of a negative vibe. And it made me think about a lot of other games that have implicitly mean themes, or not mean themes, but mean mechanics. But what I'd love for you guys to let me know what you think down below. If you think that there is such a thing as just a mean mechanic, or a mechanic that maybe sounds great on paper, but in practice it's kind of nasty and doesn't really add enough to the game. Like, I know in the future when we play this game, we'll never ever do that. Again, just because first of all, it not only does like bog down the whole character creation process, but I mean, what does it add? If someone wants to make themselves a 3, let them be a 3. as long as they're not min-maxing the thing, then it's not really a problem, you know? And because it's so abstract, my 3 could be X and your 3 could be Y, it's not like it's a set scale. Okay, you're rating yourself, okay? And everyone's got the same number of points to distribute anyway, so if they want to make themselves the way they think of themselves, that's absolutely fine. If someone's being modest, well, that's reflected in who they are, and that'll be reflected on their character sheet, okay? Simply getting everyone else in to throw their 5 cents in is not really going to benefit anything and can potentially hurt people's feelings. So let me know what you think down below. But until next time, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.